All right, round two. Once again, we got fast forward, rewind, fast forward, and play. One of the things that I noticed was I had two options for gears. One gear, these are mode gears. These do the auto reverse, and they're the ones that fail. One was 3D printed, which was a proof of concept that that's what it took to fix. But I'm figuring on the ES deck, there's another guy that made one just maybe a couple euros more that was injection molded. And I got an extra mode gear that was 3D printed, where I could see that the finishing on the gears, on the gear splines, wasn't as nice as I would have liked. But you can see that works really well. Another thing I learned I had to do was I had to remove all the motors. There's 4 of them, and I had to re-lubricate the bearings. So I had to take them out, run them on 4 volts, run them on 12 volts. I put some MOA from BG down it, and then some really thin motor lube, and that seemed to work pretty well too. So there was a vibration that was kicking up randomly, and it would kind of squeal, and that was supposed to be due to the old lube in the bearings. So I fixed that. And then I took the mode gears out of here when I replaced the ones that were injection molded, and I put them over here. And about the only thing I can think of on this deck is that the right channel seems to register just a little bit lower than I would like, but I can't tell if I don't think it's head alignment. I actually played with that a little bit, and I couldn't see that was something. I think it might just be the way that it registers, but it seems like it was working great. And it's only a slight difference in the quality of the 3D printed gears that are in this one and the injection molded gear that's in this one. And these are replacements for a defective Sony mode gear. And it seems to me that it's good enough for this class of deck, even though the Transports are both TCM190s, so they're effectively identical. But this one was from maybe 91, and the ES deck is from 98, August of 98. This one also has, even though it's a 2-head deck, also has built-in calibration, better frequency response. So it's ES deck. So overall, I think this one sounds better, but this one's not bad. eBay price, maybe you might get 150 out of this one. Best eBay price I saw on the ES was around 300, but probably between $200 and $300. So anyway, I think I figured these out, and I figured out the parts. I did end up with an extra one I found on Craigslist, and I ended up having to scavenge a couple of parts. One was a printed circuit board, control board on one of the decks. I think it was on this one to get that one to work. But what's interesting, this one will record on 2 decks. Not all of them do. For example, the ES deck only has record on the right-hand deck, so the left-hand deck is strictly play only. Anyway, that's what I've learned. See ya.